Hello, everyone. My name is Graham Dedricks from Lugeff and Sotheby's International Realty. I have got the great pleasure today of introducing the Osero Safari Club private residences. Today we will be joined by Andrea and Primo, who are the brains and the brawn behind this project. And I must admit, from my side, I've sold a lot of properties in my life, and this is one of those offerings which is probably the most unique offering I've brought to the market in my entire career. So I'm very, very excited to share this with everyone today. So I'd like to firstly introduce the team today. Primo, if you'd like to go first and introduce yourself and what your sort of role is in this project and what it means to you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for the introduction, Graham. My name is Primo Brar, and I'm one of the directors of Osero Safari Club. Just to give you a little bit of background on our family, we've been in East Africa for 4 generations. So, we have a strong wealth of knowledge on running and operating businesses in the region. And, we're currently involved in a few real estate projects as well, from the development of building the projects to actually working it all the way to the end. And we're also involved in quite a few conservation projects, which we're very passionate about, as well as we own a luxury brand of lodges within Tanzania.
Thanks, Primo. That's great. I mean, and everyone, just to give some insight, I've been dealing with Primo and Andrea for a while now, and it's so nice to get such a good insight into Tanzania and all the good that you are both doing within the country and for conservation. And it's kudos to you. It's amazing. So well done. And Andrea, you're up.
My name is Andrea Johnson, and I've been in luxury hospitality for a number of years in various capacities. I have a great passion for this beautiful industry, but also brands that make a difference. So I'm working with Primo at Osero in a marketing and communications perspective, but also in the business architecture, really putting our brains together and coming up with something really unique and very similar to what you said, Graham. I am passionate about creating something unique, but also something that has a lot of heart, not just something that gets out to the market, but something that goes back to the land.
Fantastic. Thanks, Andrea. Yeah, guys, no, it's as I said, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you guys until this point. And look forward to, presenting this to the marketplace, especially with your passion behind it. So I mean, that actually, it pulls me to the next question as well. I mean, what is the inspiration behind this offering? Because it truly is unique. To have access to the big five, especially in the most amazing game viewing or safari place in the world, and to be able to build your own dream sort of passion project and home there. I mean, it's something so unique. So guys, what was the inspiration behind this?
It's a good question, Graham. So actually, as I mentioned earlier, we're very passionate about conservation, and the Osero Safari Club property is touching one of the national parks in Tanzania, which was actually a natural corridor for animals to go through. But unfortunately, as time goes on, the land that was outside, which was a corridor, was being taken over by small-scale farmers. And we had the opportunity to start, buying up these parcels of land and rehabilitating it, and I guess you could say rewild it. So within about 5 years, the wildlife started coming back, the vegetation, the natural habitat, and it basically now is just an extension of the park. So to have that is truly, a very unique opportunity for anybody, because you can't buy that,
Well, you can with the Osero Safari Club.
Well, exactly. Well, now you can.
Now you can, yeah, no, exactly.
And then as far as the inspiration behind it is, we had developed this property. We had put a few rooms up there, and during the pandemic, we went up there with a family and spent some time there. And it was just nice to see how all the animals came back and the kids enjoying the outdoors and, just being a part of everything and all the different conservation projects that we're doing out there as well. And we thought, and then we were also still connected because we had our internet, so we could, keep working and everything else. So a bit the best of both worlds. But, it was just nice being out there. And it's something that we wanted to share with other people because we feel, as you said, it's a very unique offering.
Yeah. I would also add a couple of points to that. As Primo mentioned, he's the owner of a luxury property in Tanzania, and prior to the pandemic, a couple of trends were starting to emerge. Well, the first of which is the warming fact that when anybody comes to Tanzania, and particularly in the hospitality of Primo and the brands that he creates, nobody wants to leave. There's the sense of being connected to the land, to the wildlife, to the people, to the community. And there's just a feeling on the property where people just want to stay there a lot longer. The onset of the pandemic has heightened that trend, where people want to travel for longer. They want to have places where they can relax, restore, and rewild, and have that ongoing connection to the people that are most important, but also to the areas of life that are most sincere and allow for those connections. So it is a unique opportunity, not just for the property itself, but for the timing and what the marketplace is demanding.
Absolutely. No, thanks, Andrea. Thanks, Primo. Yeah, and that's one of my favorite holidays. I'm in South Africa, so one of my favorite holidays to do is we call it just the game lodges, but safari to most of the overseas clients. It's such a rejuvenation factor once you've been there and you've come back, and you feel amazing. And I think the correct word, exactly what you're saying, guys, is you feel connected, which is amazing. So looking at this opportunity, it's something that you could have your own piece of wild and your own rejuvenation factor in the comfort of your own finishes, which I think is quite special. So, which is great. So, guys, I think an important question that has come up, chatting to potential clients, chatting to agents, so on and so forth, is what, Primo, you've done so much to, bring this land back to life and to sort of conserve nature and everything like that. Even though there's only 21 lots here, what is the environmental impact? What would the footprint be on an offering like this? Would it affect nature, or would it benefit it?
Well, it's going to benefit it for sure, because first we're offering a very small footprint for you to develop your home. And then the rest of it is going to be kept in its natural habitat. And secondly, funds from this is going to be going back in to protect the general area, just to make it better, and so we can continue having the same space that we have now.
Okay, and then Primo, Andrea, just talking about the funds going back into, say, conservation causes and everything like that. Are there any specific causes that say profits or funds that go back into it once the development is on its way or done, so on and so forth?
Andrea,
Yes.
would you like to...
Pardon me? Sorry.
So carry on.
Yeah, so as Primo said, there are wildlife management funds, particularly in the area that a portion of all of the proceeds will be going to. It is very important, I think, for us in the development that we give back to the land and to the people that protect it. There are many different prongs of conservation, which I know Primo will touch on, that are important to make sure that everything that is built is protected. But I think it's also important to note that as we build, we're going to be building sustainably. So the vision of Osero is not just to give back, but also to allow a space that has a minimal impact on the land. So that means solar infrastructure, that means farming locally, and making sure that the food and the culinary experiences are indigenous to the land, and also creating the environment where the love of conservation can grow. So creating the water holes for animals to naturally connect with the land, but also having places where they can naturally thrive, but also creating the viewing points where people can connect with wildlife and to enjoy it. In a way, we are building this as conservation leaders, but we also want to encourage future conservation leaders with every footprint and everything that we develop on property.
Well, that's amazing, guys. No, it seems to be the way the world is going, and there's such a need for it. So I think, I think from that side, amazing incentive. Sorry, my alarm's going here. So guys, just a quick one as well, just to touch on quite a commonly asked question, once again from our network. Africa is looked at as this wild place in the middle of a global map that's on a wall. It's obviously got so many different factors to it. I mean, it's such a wealthy country from a mineral point of view, to a culture point of view, and to a wildlife, from a wildlife aspect as well. I mean, traveling to Africa, people don't really understand that it is actually very convenient. So, I mean, clients from America, from Europe, from China, Japan, wherever it is, I mean, what is the process to travel, not just into Tanzania, but then also to get down to, say, Osero? Is it hard? Is it easy? If you guys can just inform the public from there.
Well, Graham, I would say it's very easy, because we have a few different international hubs that have direct flights to Tanzania. For example, you've got Amsterdam, which is great for people coming from the US or Europe. You've got Dubai, which is also great for that, as well as Doha as well. And, like I said, so from those hubs, you have direct flights into Tanzania. And once you get to Tanzania, we have a VIP service for immigration and everything else. It's very seamless, very quick. And you get transferred onto your charter flight, which takes you to our private airstrip at Osero Safari Club. And from there, you'll be back at your house within 10 minutes from there, So it's actually very seamless. And the flight from Kilimanjaro to Osero is about a 40-minute flight. So not long at all.
Okay. And then, the reason I ask it's a commonly asked question as well. I mean, sometimes when I travel to Europe or I go around, you don't realize how easy the access routes are and everything like that. But Africa being the unknown in its own sort of element, it's great to educate people on that side. So, obviously when everyone clicks in the links after this video, we will have the PDFs and everything like that available to them with regards to the concierge services, as you said, Primo, and travel and time and everything like that. So all the information will be there, which is great. So, all right, guys. And then just another thing as well. So from an investment point of view, what are the benefits of investing in Tanzania?
The thing is, Tanzania, 30% of the land is already protected. And as far as the country as a whole, our president now, she's very proactive, pro-investor. If you look at the markets, the US, Europe is kind of starting to get tapped out, where East Africa especially, is just beginning on its growth spurt, So I would say, and especially if you're investing in land as such as this, because it's so rare, it's a fantastic investment.
Andrea, do you want to add anything into that?
No, I think Primo's really hit on the key points, which is the rarity of the land, the fact that it is a country that protects the land and is committed to it will almost always guarantee that the wild nature and the wilderness that people want to connect to will always be protected. And with that comes the notion that this is not something that is going to be on the market for very long, with the consumer demand to have the private experience such as this and be connected. The political environment is extremely welcome to foreign investment. And there are so many hidden aspects of the beautiful land that people will have access to that the adventure is not just within Osero, but everything that they can access to. So I think as if I could summarize it, as Mark Twain said, by land, they stopped making it a long time ago. And here it's a perfect example of that.
And such beautiful land too. I must admit, so it's amazing.
It is.
All right, guys. Well, listen, so what we can do, we'll go to closing comments now. I think what we can do, we can start with Andrea.
Yeah, so I think we've touched on a lot of the beautiful points about Tanzania and the rarity of this land, but I also wanted to impress the fact that this is an experience to own a very rare piece of land, and one that will have access and direct access to all the beauty that Tanzania has to offer and all the animals who thrive upon her. But it's also built within the context of a spirit of luxury hospitality, which means that it's safari without sacrifice. So it's building a home, but it's also having access to infrastructure that will make sure that every quest is met, and every need can be satisfied. So it is wilderness, but definitely and enjoying the beautiful benefits of being on safari, but also without sacrifice to anything that you wish to explore or need to sustain the elements of the life that you like to live.
Beverly Hills by the wild.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
That's
New
right.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, Primo, do you want to add to that?
I think Andrea summed it up very well. And as she said, you know, we own luxury properties. We've been in the industry for a long time. So, you know, the benefit that, you know, members of the club have, they have access to all of those properties as well. In the Serengeti, where you have the Great Migration and all of these, you know, amazing things, like we saw on Will Smith's documentary with Disney Plus. It's just, it's a lot of wow factor. So it's definitely a place that, you know, people would want to be.
Fantastic, guys. And you know, from my point of view as well, I mean, I was born in Africa. I've been in Africa. I am still in Africa, and it's a place that I don't want to leave. It's a place that has just got such natural beauty, such an amazing emerging market. It's so much opportunity throughout this continent. And you know, one of the gems of it is indeed Tanzania, and the gem within the gem, from what I know, is the Osero Safari Club. And I'm just so grateful for you guys giving us the opportunity to talk about this and to sort of educate the marketplace a little bit more with regards to what we are offering. So I think for everyone, thank you for coming on. To all the viewers, thank you so much for watching. All the links will be in the text, and that we'll go straight to a beautiful video, which is going to highlight exactly what Osero Safari Club is all about. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.